Okay, you can have a negative case. You can have a team full of like 0.5s.
Never seen it.
And I think they would win against a team of 1.0s.
No.
That's the dumbest take I've ever heard. That's the stupidest take I've ever heard.
You're actually
get on their side for this one.
Kill and win.
Listen to my explanation though. A good KD.
Brandon, if there's a team of me and a team of you, I'm putting music on in the background, dude. That's what I'm trying to say.
The music's gonna be on the background anyway.
No, I'm saying I'm turning like YouTube or music on and listening to music.
I'm turning sexual music on because I'm gonna be clapping them cheeks, dude. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the First Floor Podcast. We got a good one for you today, folks. Today, we're going to be talking about kind of what we kind of alluded to it last week, but we're going to be talking about specifically, and Nick came up with this, I think is a great idea. Has the competitive atmosphere ruined the casual gamer's experience when it comes to video games, as in with all the multiplayers and the tournaments and people, becoming world champions with prize money and all that stuff? Like, has that and the pursuit of that by the gaming industry ruined the casual gamer's experience? We're joined today by our brother Nathan.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
All right.
All right. Just talk normal.
I am. What's going on?
Everyone, I want to preference week one of this podcast. I got crucified for my voice being slightly deeper, but that just sounds like he's like on like a damn, I stuttered hard. What's that? What's those telephone lines where they're like love lines?
Oh yeah. Well, it's like that's like the 99 Kiss FM or whatever.
101.5. Like,
yeah.
Just talk normal.
Also, the face that you're making while you're making that voice
he's
is not
like
helping.
leaning into the mic and he's like, "What's going on?"
I told you we needed more glitter. No, we're just messing. But welcome, Nate. Are you excited? Are you ready?
I definitely am excited to be here, though. It's the first podcast, so I'm just kind of ready to jump into the podcast environment and see what's going on.
That's good. Now, like, I know we talked about it a little bit, but what are in terms of your gaming preferences? What do you prefer what's in your library currently? Video games.
So my library currently, I mainly game with some of my more military friends. So we play like Call of Duty. Try to be more tactical, but if we want to be more laid back, we do Fortnite, the no build Fortnite, because it kind of shows more of your skills. From there, we transition to Madden. We're very competitive in Madden. Football is my passion sport, and so is one of my other buddies. So we go back and forth from that sense in terms of just very internal competitive side. But then we play hockey, and then we also do like some other things like Fall Guys if we have a group. So we just kind of varied up depending on what we're feeling that night.
So big sports, video game sports kind of guy.
Yes.
Or sports video games. That's probably a better way to say that. As well as like a lot of competitive games on that list. Would you say correct?
I would say yes.
Okay.
There's some casual games in there that I play, like Diablo, and then some of the newer stuff like Baldur's Gate, the new Baldur's Gate that came out. So some more casual side when I play by myself. So I try to mix it up every now and then.
Now, would you say though that you prefer the casual like story games, or are you definitely more of the competitive online guy?
So I prefer more of the story games and the casual gaming. Now, if I'm with a group that I know and like I can have fun with, then I'll do the competitive game. Then we can just talk shit with other people. Like the old Call of Duty lobbies, like the new Call of Duty kind of brought that sense back. So we just talk shit to whoever we end up meeting online in terms of the open mic scenario that they have now. But other than that, it's mainly just been like casual gaming for me is where I've been at, because I feel more attached to like the characters in a sense. So like if throwing it back to the old Call of Duty, like the Modern Warfare 2 and some of the Black Ops series, I just felt more attached to the characters in the storyline versus nowadays where it's just more like, oh, hey, open world, you drop in and it's like you're battling against 100 people kind of thing.
All right, nice. Now, Justin and Nick, you guys, I would say you both are definitely competitive gamers, would you say?
No.
Most definitely
no. We're
not.
not even close. Okay. Like literal competitive gamers, not even close.
I mean, but I'm saying you prefer the multiplayer online against other people stuff.
I would say that we prefer, and don't like let me talk for you, but I think that we both prefer to be like really good at whatever game we play to the point that we'll like practice the game by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I just like being good at video games, I guess. Like, if I'm going to sit here and put time into a game, I want to be good at it.
Exactly,
yeah.
Whereas I feel like you and Nathan would lean more towards playing the game when someone else is on. Like, not necessarily with single player games. Jesus, that took a while. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you were to play a multiplayer game, you'd be more prone to wanting to play with a friend rather than just hopping on and playing.
Yeah, I definitely think it makes it a more enjoyable experience for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that me personally, like finding a good single player game, like good story game, casual game, I'm down.
Yeah.
I second that.
Yeah. Well, it's also a matter of like finding one that's worth your money, because sometimes the competitive games, you can kind of justify the price a little bit more because you're going to play it over and over and over again if you like it anyway. As we're like, I think there's some, outliers like Red Dead Redemption and Baldur's Gate that can, take you multiple playthroughs to really experience the whole game, and that's well worth the money. But even like a Batman, Arkham series games like Assassin's Creed, maybe not the newer ones though, but like definitely a casual gamer. But we're gonna talk about the competitive games. I'm gonna give you a little history of the competitive game and stage as well.
But first,
but first, we're gonna do game time, of course, and we have a new jingle for game time.
Woo! Editor Brandon, cue it now.
All right, as per usual, game time is where I Brandon read out 3 games to the boys just by description and couple of slight hints here and there, and the boys will guess the game. Whoever guesses the most out of the 3 games correctly, of course, wins the round. Who's up right now, Nick?
Yeah, I'm up 1 on Justin.
Because it's what is it, 4-3?
4-3
versus you and Justin.
So, yeah.
All right,
I want
cool.
to try to be more on these podcasts, so I'm gonna try to one up you on that.
All right, we're keeping a running tally.
I love you. You're getting smoked, respectfully.
All right, so first game. The developer was Treyarch, and the publishers are Activision.
I wonder what this could be.
All right, this game is the first mainline game in this series without a traditional single-player campaign mode. Instead, it features the Specialist HQ, which focuses on the backstories of the game's multiplayer characters known as Specialist. The missions take place between the second and third game chronologically. Some of the Specialists also carried over from the third game. The multiplayer mode is the first in the series to not feature automatic health regeneration and introduces both predictive recoil and new ballistic system. The game included 3 zombies experiences on release day, 4 if a special edition of the game was purchased. The locations of the maps include the RMS Titanic, a gladiatorial arena in Roman Egypt, and Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary. All right. So that's all I give. It came out in 20.
Don't overthink it, Justin. You had it right.
No, I didn't.
It came out.
Did you have the? Never mind. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're right. It just came out in 2018.
Yeah.
He said a super big hint somewhere in there. Like
Well, I know now.
an insane hint.
We're good. I know what it is.
All right. Second game. This is gonna be a fun one. All right. This series of games was created by Masahiro Sakurai, who has directed every game in the series.
There's no way.
Oh, okay. I didn't know his first name. Mashiro? I had no idea.
You said that so wrong.
Did I say it wrong?
Masahiro Sakurai.
What did I say?
Okay, Sakurai?
No, I said like Masahiro. Did I say
Okay.
Mahiro?
You said Mashiro.
Mashiro.
It's
Okay.
Masahiro.
I could get it wrong if he
Good.
picks one. I don't know.
All right, my bad. How do you say his name?
Masahiro Sakurai.
Okay. Wrong. All right. The series is known for its unique gameplay objective, which differs from that of traditional fighters. and that the aim is to increase damage counters and knock opponents off the stage instead of depleting health bars. The publishers are Nintendo, and the creator is was it Masahiro Sakurai?
Masahiro Sakurai, yeah.
Sakurai. All right, cool. I got the Sakurai part right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Justin might get it wrong. Just
I could. If you don't talk more about this game.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
All right, so also the original release date of this series was 1999.
Okay.
The latest release date is 2018.
Okay. For this game, it's the
Is
2018.
it a specific game or just like a series of games?
I'm gonna say. Here's what I'll say. If you give me the series, you get a point, and if you give me the specific game that came out in 2018, the name of it specifically, I'll give you another point.
Thank you for the 2 points, dude.
Don't crucify me. I don't know how to spell the word.
That's all right.
What?
The last word, I really don't.
All right, that's okay. We'll figure that out we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Does anybody need any more time, or need me to read it again?
I mean, I'll still get the point, but I'm gonna look stupid when I spell it wrong. Did I spell that right, Jaden? Okay,
Man.
good. Okay, thank you.
You throwing some hitters out there today.
All right. Ready for the third game?
I am.
Hey, I
Okay.
hope you get that second one right.
I mean, I'm gonna get it right, so we're good.
Okay.
All right. This game is played in matches between two teams of 5 players, with each team occupying and defending their own separate base of the map. Each of the 10 players independently controls a powerful character known as a hero that all have unique abilities and differing styles of play. During a match, players collect experience points and items for their heroes to defeat the opposing team's heroes in player versus player combat. A team wins by being the first to destroy the other team's ancient, a large structure located within their base. The
Yeah.
developers are Valve and the publishers are Valve.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think I prefaced this at the beginning of Game Time, but all these games are games that are competitive games and have held tournaments in the competitive arena.
Okay.
Just
I'm good.
if that helps at all.
Could you repeat one more time?
Which one?
The one you just read.
Okay. This game is played in matches between two teams of 5 players, with each team occupying and defending their own.
What's going on over there?
No, Jaden was voicing her opinion, but I don't know if she's right.
Oh, okay.
Each of the 10 players independently controls a powerful character known as a
I
hero
need this win.
that all have unique abilities and differing styles of play. During a match, players collect experience points and items for their heroes to defeat the opposing team's heroes in player versus player combat. A team wins by being the first to destroy the other team's ancient, a large structure located within their base.
I feel like I played that
Okay,
one.
I just took a big risk.
Oh,
I wrote
yeah.
something down and I just erased it. And I'm putting the other one.
This game's release date was 2013. I'm sorry, I didn't mention that.
I definitely know it then.
Devs and pubs are Valve.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's some conspiring
I
going on
remember this
under the
coming out. I
couch.
just can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Here you go. You can take my card.
All right, Justin's locking in.
Oh, I've lost a pencil, but I'll give it to you later.
Is that?
I'm gonna trust my gut. I'm gonna trust my gut.
When I'll clarify, when you hand me that piece of paper, your answer is locked
Your
in.
answers are locked in, my brother.
Also, Nick has given me the absolute.
Oh yeah, I drew SpongeBob up there
Let's see how you spelled it.
just while we
Nah.
were setting up the pod. It's SpongeBob flipping the birds, singing "Love Sosa."
All right.
It honestly should go in a museum. Oh, okay.
Hand me that, Justin. Thank you.
Also, side note, if you hear some other voices tonight, we got Mallory and Jaden on the couch.
Yeah,
They're
our
just hanging
technical
out.
team is back. for
Yeah,
sure.
technical team, our Google squad. Jaden, say hi.
Hello.
All right. So, first game. Justin wrote down Black Ops 4. Nicholas wrote down Black Ops 4. Call of Duty Black Ops 4. And Nathan wrote down, he originally had put Black Ops, but he changed it to Modern Warfare 3.
Ooh.
So,
I second guessed myself.
it's all right. It was, in fact, Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
No story mode, big bro.
Yeah, that's
Look,
why I didn't
I
know
was
it.
over here like second guessing
Hey,
myself.
I got you.
great game
Great
to
guess.
throw out there though. Love Modern Warfare 3.
Love Black Ops 1 as well.
Brandon, I don't know if you heard yourself while you were describing the game. You said this is the fourth. You said this is the fourth game in the series following the third.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, it's definitely Black Ops.
I try to edit it as I read those entries, but I'm like, But also, did I say fourth?
You said you 100% said after the third game.
But I think I said also like the events
Take place in between the second and third
canonically between the second and third game, which I did not know that actually.
Yeah, because the specialists are like before they get like their robotic like body parts and stuff like that.
Big dog, I had never played one of those missions on Black Ops 4.
I think that's what kind of tripped me up. I was thinking about the chronological order of the games, and
I don't blame you for getting that one wrong. That was Black Ops 4 was a competitive. I guess it was I guess every COD.
that game,
every COD was
every
a
COD's
competitive game.
competitive.
Yeah, they have tournaments with it and everything. That's fair. I
Constantly.
think that was the one. Like that's a good telltale of like they excluded single player because the multiplayer was just getting so big. They're like, we don't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's a good point actually. I didn't think
So the second game was in fact the series was Super Smash Bros. The particular game was Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which Nick and Justin both got correct with the ultimate part. Nathan also got the series correct. So 1 point Nate and then 2 points Justin and Nick.
Good job, boys.
Now the real tiebreaker comes down here. I don't know if I'm right. I just feel like I'm
I was between two.
Ah, man, I didn't even realize it until just now. All right, first of all, Nick, you did spell ultimate right.
Let's go.
Justin, you did not spell. So Justin and Nathan put down League of Legends, and Justin did not spell Legends correct.
Is it not Legends?
Legends. I don't even know how to say it.
Hold on now. This could either tie us or put me up too. I had it and I changed it. Oh man.
He just to clarify, doesn't put
Wait, let me see this.
Leggings?
Ledgins. Sorry, I mean to.
Oh, my fault.
I'm
I
not trying to hate on you, bro. I'm
I put
sorry.
a D before the G by accident.
I'm not trying to hate on you, bro. I'm sorry.
No, that was a mistake. My
And
fault.
Nicholas put Dota 2.
Changed my answer.
And
Drum roll.
Drum roll, Mallory and Jaden. Drum roll.
I don't think I played Dota 2.
It is in fact Dota 2. So Nick let me see. So Nick is up 4 to Justin's 3 and Nathan's 1.
But I'm happy that I wasn't the only one that thought of League
I'm
of
saying that was the
Legends.
score for that round, but overall it is 5-3 and then 0 for Nate, but it was the first time playing Nate, so no big deal. All right, Nick. Sounds good.
Hey, way to throw the cards.
Sorry.
All right, I'm 2+ now. Let's go.
All right. Into the discussion for today. Quick, background. You guys know the history of competitive game tournaments at all?
You didn't until an hour ago when you Googled it.
Maybe.
Google's your best friend.
But educate us, Brandon.
Educate me.
So, when do you think the first tournament was?
Honestly, I think the first tournament started about late 2000, like I'd say about 2008, 2007
I'd
time
go
frame.
early late 90s.
Okay, Nick.
We'll say back in the 60s when they were doing
Actually, no.
competitive Tetris. That's a lie. I have no idea.
Well, I
Just
mean, I
released
know
in the
they
80s,
had.
my brother.
I
know they were having competitive gaming on the Nintendo, the early PlayStation, like PlayStation 1 and stuff like that. Like I know,
Wasn't the first
friends
ever
wise, but in terms of
Street Fighter?
huge it being a whole thing, I think it might have more ramped up in the 2000s.
Wasn't the first ever game like that game where it's like a ball is bouncing between both sides and you have to move your slider? Pong? Competitive Pong.
I don't know. They don't. Well,
I got just 90s, somewhere in the 90s.
Okay.
Somewhere in there.
So, the general consensus is about the 60s.
Oh
my God. I randomly guessed it right.
Mr. Game & Watch competitions?
Okay.
Dude, what?
So, in terms of esports, which, of course, you're probably more on the nose there, Nate. It wasn't really considered esports. But the first game that is considered to have an esports tournament, esports referring to electronic sports, was a game called Space War.
Oh.
I've never heard of this game. And essentially it was just the first tournament where people got together to play it and see who, was the best.
So is Space War kind of like Galaga or something like that? From back in
Let's
the day?
see here. But yeah, essentially, it's just kind of like it's kind of like a version of like Galaga, I guess would be a good way to explain it. So then, according to my research, about the 70s came around, and then of course the game started to pick up. Pong was of course introduced. It says as well as SeaWorld and Asteroids and Starfire, and then basically by this time. It says, by this time, competitions were held for the highest score as there were no multiplayer options. So that makes sense, right? Who can get the highest score in the arcade kind of stuff, right? All right. 80s, it's kind of the same thing. Introductions of more games, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Mario, stuff like that. And Space Invaders was a big one. A big shout out to Space Invaders. Let me see here.
Shout out to Space Invaders. The game that's bigger than us.
The homie.
I mean, dude, who was playing Space Invaders?
Was a pretty good game.
I am at Dave and Buster's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, that's weird, dude.
What is wrong with playing that at Dave and Buster's?
Nah, you're good.
I'm just kind of wasting coins at that point. Anyway.
Yeah.
Chips.
So
Shout out Dave and Buster's. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
But in terms of like important events, the Space Invaders Championship was a pretty big milestone as it held at that time the most participants for the for a competition essentially.
4.
How many people were there?
Just kidding. How many?
It says about 10,000
Oh
players.
my God.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa. Space Invaders.
And this particular article talks about a very important milestone being the German Armin Strummer, the German man, Armin Strummer, founded the Atari VCS Bundesliga team in 1982. It was quickly adapted to the Atari due to his growth in several clubs for the Space Invaders Championship. And this is kind of like the origins of the big competitions, right? Let's see. We keep going to the 90s and the internet came around. PC gaming came around. And it says particularly... notes Nintendo and Blockbuster Video for essentially helping to grow Super Mario Bros, Tetris, Sonic, and then in virtual racing games. Sega and the NES, kind of all came along. And then Doom, Quake, Unreal Tournament, StarCraft, Age of Empires, all those games started coming into the esports. So just more and more kind of titles we're familiar with. However, really, it wasn't until... about the 2010s when it really began to pop off, and the tournaments more focused on Dota, League of Legends, stuff like that, really started producing Call of Duty, FIFA,
Halo was a big thing.
Halo, they started producing like actual televised, like known events where people could actually start like making serious money.
Evo, I think, was a big contributor to that.
Yep.
Evo was like one of the biggest tournaments in like the 2010s.
So that's kind of like the general history.
That's how Ninja, sorry to cut you off, that's how Ninja got popular.
Oh yeah,
He was a Halo competitive gamer.
Yep.
Remember he went on Family Feud and he was like, "Yes sir, I'm a competitive gamer." And Steve Harvey was like, "What the hell? What the?"
Didn't Bolo also blow up with that same thing? He won.
Yeah, he was a competitive R6 gamer, but I don't know like.
Well, I
I
remember
don't know
seeing
his timeline.
I remember seeing a thing. I believe this is the same guy, but there essentially was a news article about Bolo winning a tournament and getting like around $3 million or something like that for just playing the tournament.
Wait, was it Fortnite?
No, I thought it was Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh, if Rainbow has $3 million to give out, that's insane.
Not to individual players. It's like a team thing.
I know the only tournament that's like given like close to that much money to an individual person was Prime Fortnite, and that's whenever Booga won. Right?
The R6 Invitational this past 2 weeks ago, the grand prize was $3 million.
But that's split amongst
Yeah,
five.
that's what I'm saying. It's split among people.
Five.
That's
Well,
why
the thing
Like
that
Booga
they
got like $2 million, right?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I thought it was like $1 million.
I know he got 7 figures minimum, but
I could be
he
mistaken.
was like 14.
Do we know exactly how much they've given out to like an individual team? Like I know Blizz has their own, gaming convention that they hold, like for World of Warcraft and stuff like that. Like I know that was
There's
huge.
a lot of money involved because then you have like obviously your teams and they're sponsored by the people who own them, so they're getting paid just to show up, and they're like have their endorsements and all that cheese, but. I don't know.
Yeah, they're getting paid to show up, and they're getting like flown out there.
Yeah, they're getting
like,
flown
all
out for
their
free.
travels
They're
are
staying there,
free.
especially like I know like Smash Bros. They literally just there's like sometimes a fee to enter tournaments. Like I'd say like maybe anywhere from $10 to $100 for tournaments, and they just get that paid for every single time.
They pay for their like travel expenses and stuff like that as well. So yeah.
So that's a good entry point into the main topic, which is like, has the competitive atmosphere ruined the casual atmosphere? And I think it's a great segue into that, because like now, especially with NIL deals, you know what those are? Mm-hmm. The name, image, likeness for college, athletes. Video game teams are now in colleges. Like certain colleges have video game.
Some high schools have it too.
Exactly. And so, especially now with like a name, I could see like easily the top ranked college video game player, tournament champion or whatever, easily getting an NIL deal for, say like, Razer PC gaming supplies or Steel Series gaming supplies or whatever, right? And of course, those older tournaments we talked about, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, it's really a lot of fun. But I think we've all seen the eventual progression into like a
career path,
legitimate. You can be a content creator as well playing these video games, but
I'm
like
glad you said that.
competitive careers playing these games. And with that's cool, because now like, I remember when I was growing up, everybody was like, it's a waste of time. Mm-hmm. Well, not now. It doesn't really have to be, but then you get to the aspect of now that you can make so much money and like it's in colleges and stuff like that, there is more of a push for the competitive games in those environments and those communities. I think Black Ops 4, I'm glad I incorporated it, because it got to the point with them, they didn't even include a story mode. I thought that was pretty radical when that game came out, but just those kind of trends towards that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said content creator, because that was going to be my main point going into this. I think that like the blowing up of YouTube, Twitch, and just content creation as a whole, specifically video game content creators, I think has been like the catalyst to like really pushing this over the edge. Sorry.
And
our technical teams over here looking at
technical
TikTok.
teams.
And about our topic with the competitive gaming, it's mainly gotten bigger because the United States military just basically came out in 2022. ForceCon they're kicking off their first Armed Forces Esports Championship, so it's kind of gotten bigger in terms of it's gone into the military now as well.
It's branched out even farther.
It's branched out even farther, so it's just getting bigger.
Well, yeah, that was gonna like be my point. I think like content creators have like really pushed it over the edge to where everybody, like anybody from every walk of life, can now understand and experience competitive gaming as a whole. Like going back to my example with Ninja. Like he was making, I don't know, like a couple like bands here and there, like a couple $1,000 winning tournaments. Like maybe like, I think he said, don't quote me on this, I really can't remember what he said, but maybe like $30K or something like, which is a lot of money. But you compare it to what he's making, not only just from YouTube, but from like competitive Fortnite tournaments that he could win. Like the prize pool on that Booga tournament is like $2 million or something stupid.
Dude, he gets cooked now. There's no way he's winning.
Ninja
that.
gets fried by any competitive Fortnite player now, which we'll get into that too, on why the skill gap has just exploded. But like getting back to my point, like if you take what happened like with Steve Harvey, he was on the show and like no one knew who this dude was. It was like, cool, you play video games, way to waste your life. Goes back on Celebrity Family Feud, and even Steve Harvey himself was like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, for whenever you were back on here, because I didn't realize. He was like, I told my kids your Ninja's gonna be on the show today, and they were like, Ninja's gonna be on the show today, and like, so I really think content creators have been like the biggest reason that games have become so like focused on being good, because typically that's the norm for content creators, is to want to be good at the game so they can get content for their channel. Now, some channels like make just funny moments and they suck ass at the game, but that's just themselves being talented and funny people. But like take people like Ninja, TSM Myth, Daquan, all those dudes were like gods back in the day at Fortnite, whereas nowadays they just look like scrubs playing the game. Not necessarily scrubs.
Myth used to sit in boxes, dude.
Yeah,
He'll never. No, he was never good.
But like, you know what I mean? Like compared to competitive Fortnite players now specifically, they'd get washed so bad.
No, yeah. Like if Booga played prom like Myth, Myth would get farmed. Which I mean, they played in 2 different like eras of Fortnite though. So
and I think that Booga would get farmed by clicks right now. Well, I don't know.
No, Booga still is
Y'all are
good.
talking about y'all going down the rabbit hole.
Okay.
What are you? These are people.
These are competitive players.
His name is what?
Booga.
He was a 14-year-old kid back in
Booga won it. Like he's the kid who.
We got Booga.
He was
What?
on the like. He was like.
Booga, what? Ninja, what? Bolo, what?
Fortnite 316, and I just boxed your ass.
He was thinking about that one hard.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
Sorry, I meant to be supportive of y'all, but like y'all are going down a rabbit hole. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Dude, because you only play Siege. I mean, that's it.
Wow.
That's the only competitive video game you play. I mean, it's cool though.
Man.
No, I be playing. I play other things. You don't know?
Call of Duty.
Nah, fuck.
Everybody plays COD.
I play Warframe.
All right. So, yeah, like we were saying, brother, content creation is a big thing that help people get into competitive games,
Yeah.
but also I think it also helps like competitive players transition from like if they want to stop playing competitive games to like making. I think content, you would make so much more money doing content creation than like playing competitive video games. Like he was saying, I think you said Ninja was making what, 30,000?
I don't like quote me on it for sure, but he was making like thousands of dollars as opposed to millions of dollars a month.
Yeah,
Now it's crazy, dude.
which like let's see, I play a bunch of competitive games. Like I guess Smash Bros would be one.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about.
Technically, 2K is a competitive game.
2K is a competitive game.
Yeah. They have a 2K league.
People go from playing like 2K League where they're making like a couple thousand.
This is the craziest shit I've ever seen. This is how popular. Sorry to cut you off,
No, you're
but
good.
this is how popular. Don't look at him like that.
Sorry. Yeah, right.
Okay, but I mean, at least I'm paying attention. All right, so okay, so but like going back into the 2K League, they literally got Adam Silver to draft these players to their 2K League team.
Dude.
You get the head of the actual NBA commission to draft these like.
Well, at that point though, they might have needed the PR boost because when was this? You said.
I don't know when it was. It was whenever Dimes was popular.
Dude, the 2K League, like,
It's kind of. I feel like it's dying off.
dude, I remember like there wasn't even a 2K League back in like what 2K18.
No, it was just the My Team tournament that they did.
They did a My Team tournament every year where like if you played good enough in like Unlimited, which is like the ranked game mode, you could, or you didn't even really play good in Unlimited, you could just enter the tournament and you would win. They would hold like these My Team tournaments for $250,000 every year.
Now every city has like their own esports team, like the
crazy.
Seattle Greenstains or something.
Well, one of my favorite things that we kind of talked about is, and I'm a college athlete. Sorry to keep flexing on you. I'm just kidding. I hate to like say it. I don't know why. It
But
feels
do you
like
know how to spawn peak on Oregon though?
I do, bro. What are you talking about? I spawn peek you all the time. We're running a 1v1 in Oregon.
Dude, I could hop on controller and cook you.
Dude, no, you can't, dude. I'll never mind. Anyway,
Can that be the first like video we upload?
yes,
to the,
dude,
to the channel?
absolutely. I will wax Justin.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just had a challenge on the.
Me, you, Outback.
We're not playing out.
7:30 Eastern, 8 p.m. Central.
You're getting cooked.
Sorry. No, I'm sorry that got me. But the thing I really like about it is that for example, the college players we talked about, of course they get NIL deals. That's awesome. But, I feel like if you look hard enough, every college player in the nation's got a freaking YouTube channel where they do day in the life of a D1 versus a D3 or, my breakfast, my morning routine. It's just like, it's awesome that you can do that. And you have that ability to market yourself. I like to say that everybody is a marketing company. Like every YouTube channel, especially these, I mean, realistically, like for example, Bolo and I like Yo Boy Roy, sorry, or like Russian Badger.
I've been seeing a lot of his TikToks actually.
Huh?
I've been seeing a lot of Yo Boy Roy on TikTok.
Like Russian Badger. You know who that is? Like, I love his videos. It's probably one of my favorite. Like legitimately, I would put him as one of my favorite YouTube channels. But like a lot of these athletes and whatnot, a lot of them have YouTube channels now. But really, like I like to say that all of them are marketing companies because most of their revenue comes from like ads, right? From companies sponsoring them, which is great. It's fantastic. You can get to that upper echelon of gamers where you make money off of more than just your ads and ad reads and stuff like that. That's how a lot of people start, and a lot of these levels, these like I would say mid to upper mid tier YouTubers, whether they be gamers or whatnot, or these athletes that come out of college playing competitive and now are content creators, like it's a good avenue for them, right? And I think that is awesome. I think that's amazing. That's one of my favorite things to come out of it. I think I do agree with you guys that the competitive players that become content creators do fall off sometimes. Most of the time, I believe there is a reason for that. As in, like for example, I like Yo Boy Roy. If you don't know who that is, he's a Siege, Rainbow Six Siege YouTuber. And he's just funny to me. I just like it because it's just like, I wouldn't say brainless, but like I can just put it on and in the background and watch him do stuff, and like, he's pretty good. He's a pretty good player, but like 6 years ago, he was like trying to be competitive. And like Bolo is the same thing, right? Where he like his content is good, but his content is like solely like he's that good at the game. Your boy Roy is more of like comedy, fun, goofing around, but still kind of good. Yeah. And I would mirror him to like Tim the Tap Man or Dr. Disrespect.
Well, you also got to include like the FaZe Clan as well.
True.
Great example.
That's a great example.
That's a great example because they're very competitive in terms of what they play in games, but you see some of them now that basically just do like vlogging and stuff like that about their everyday life now.
Great pick. Yeah, that's a great example.
Oh, yeah, I'm about to say, do they still like commit to being like the best esports team?
As far as I know, some
are drug dealers.
Yeah, some of them they've kind of like from doing research about them and then just watching their YouTube videos just all around. Like some of them had fallen outs, some of them got kicked out, some of them are still competitive. So they're all over the place, but as far as what some of them do, like I know FaZe Rug kind of does more vlogging and stuff like that now. So it just depends on who you go to in terms of watching them.
Now, is he still in like the FaZe clan?
As far as I know of, technically.
All the like original FaZe members, I don't even think they're
really just like a friend group now. Like they're in FaZe, but they're like,
I don't know if they're paid by FaZe anymore though. Like the esports team FaZe.
That's what I'm saying.
They still have the name FaZe.
They can keep their name FaZe.
They're not actually part of FaZe.
Because they're like, I don't know the whole.
Like the actual esports
FaZe is
team
definitely a company. They are like company members. I just don't think they're on the. Probably. I just don't think they're on like the East. They're definitely not on the esports. Like
no, because they got like FaZe like shiny now or something like that. I'm like, who are you?
For like any game.
But I think the I mean, this is kind of like, this is definitely like, what's a good word I'm looking for? It's like,
couldn't tell you, Brandon.
It's like where it's like based on who you are. Like it's situational. There you go. A lot of these things are situational, as in, what I'm about to say. A lot of these things are situational, but like sometimes I feel like the really competitive. I feel like the market today is not really built around or focused upon probably better. They're like legitimate competitive players, as in all the names that come to my head are really more they're highly skilled content creators. And I sometimes, I don't know, maybe it might
be because you're not on that, like, you might like watch competitive people, but they're like mainly content creators. I mean, you might just not. Do you like watch competitive like games and stuff like that?
Yeah, I like to.
Like I watch, like me personally, I actually watch like competitive tournaments, so I know like a lot of the competitive like top competitive players' names and stuff like that. But I also do know the content creator. Like for Siege, I watch Uzi a lot. Like Uzi, he used to play competitive. He doesn't really play anymore, but he's like really good.
Talking about OOZ, that guy? Yeah. So, okay, well, that's a good point. So, do they make more money as a competitive player, or do they make more money as a content creator?
Depends on how big they get from content
I
creation.
think a great example you should talk about is Smash Bros. As far as like a lot of the top players have content channels, but they're most definitely known for how good they are at the game.
Yeah.
Like MKLeo, Tweak, all those dudes. Like they have channels, but they get a lot of their money from just winning tournaments. Yeah. And their brand deals, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, most of them are sponsored.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I should probably like really delve into like the ins and outs of the competitive atmosphere.
Also, going back to your point on the like, sometimes a lot of these competitive players are like they like peak and then like fizzle out, and you don't really hear a lot of them anymore. I think a great example of someone who didn't do that was from FaZe's rivals, Optic Gaming. Okay, a guy named Nade Shot. He was like,
I totally forgot about Optic Gaming.
He was one of their like main players back in, I want to say Black Ops 2 days. He was a dog.
Yes.
I don't think they won. I think they came in second. Like, I'm not exactly sure, but he ended up like playing a little bit competitive, and then he had a channel, and he was pretty big at the time, but he like kept his consistency, and he ended up becoming, I think, a co-owner of a company called 100 Thieves. Mm-hmm. You know, have you ever heard of them?
Nope.
Dang. But like they
cool
have their own like esports stuff, their own brand deal. They have a bunch of YouTubers. Courage JD is in it.
Okay.
Noah J456 is in 100 Thieves. Okay. If you ever heard of the female streamer Valkyrie, yep, she's in 100. I think she's also co-owner with him. I think they are co-owners of 100 Thieves. Okay. A lot of other. I'm trying to think. There's definitely other people that I'm missing. Avalanche, if you know him.
Sounds familiar.
There's other people.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, okay. Let me ask you this.
Symphony. There you go.
I've heard of Symphony. Yeah.
Yep, he's in there.
So let me ask you this, right? So we kind of alluded to it, but like to actually say it, like I appreciate the competitive atmosphere, or the competitive stage, I should say, of esports and video games and stuff like that, for all it does for people. And of course, with advancements in technology and stuff like that, I feel like it's even easier to make money off of something you enjoy if you can do it right, which is, you know, we always talk about like, we do this podcast because we want to do it, because we love it. And like this podcast itself is evidence of like, if you really love something, you can just do it and put it out there, and it's fun. Now, of course, we're not really worried about, bringing in the dough. This is, our friend, concentrated podcast that we love. But
just wait till our 30 viewers starts to double every week.
No, but even our first episode, we said we wanted to start something because we love it, and not because we're trying to get rich quick or something like that. And that's just what this podcast is.
It's just fun.
And I think that is easier to do nowadays and make money from. Of course, you have to, navigate it and do this and plan. And there's a lot of burnout sometimes with that, in terms of like people that really have to turn their passion into their career. However, to, again, clarify, I think it's all awesome. But do you guys believe that all of that, like the competitions, tournaments, the money, all that has ruined the casual gamer's experience?
Yeah, I kind of forgot that was the topic. Sorry.
I got really baggy.
I will say I feel like it has, because you have more of the competitive gamers that, you have these streamers nowadays that are just at home making money gaming and are getting better at their skill, is where you have some of the more common people that are basically just going about their everyday life and then try to play games for fun when they get home. And then it's kind of like you're over here, you're getting sniped in the head by somebody that knows the spawn point in a matter of seconds, and then that's when it makes one of the casual gamers like want to just quit and not necessarily play games anymore. So I feel like it has ruined some of that casual gameplay in a sense.
Hey, you just described me to a T, bro. Yep. Like just trying to get home and be like, oh, let me load up Call of Duty.
Get shit
Exactly. You were speaking to me right there, Nate. I swear. But no, I agree. I totally agree with that. Yeah. You guys have anything specific?
Oh, 100%.
All right,
I
here,
think
let me talk about this real quick.
Yeah,
so I was playing Siege earlier today. This is actually a really good point. So I was playing Siege today, and I had a really good game. I think I went like, I don't know, it was on Emerald Plains. I think I went like 15 and like 2 or something like that.
first time.
Cool, okay. But I went 15 and 2. Dude, I'm so much better than you. I don't know why
I
you're
don't even
saying
have a
this.
PC. You're pocket watching.
I did good. Like the first round, I think I had 3 kills. I had like 3 or 4 kills. I had 2 off of like a spawn peak, and then like 2 more.
No ace?
No.
Okay, sorry.
And
I'll let you
the
start.
other team was like, I don't know why you're even like playing standard. You should be in ranked. I don't know why you're trying to have fun at this game. And I'm like, because I just find the game fun. So like, I was just like casually trying to play the game, but I can't because other people were like getting upset at me. I don't know. I just thought I should have.
Because you're shitting on
Crazy, dude.
Like I was just having.
They were typing in the chat. They were getting mad at you just because you were
just because I was like cooking
dumping
them.
on them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say, like the other day, like I was playing Call of Duty with my buddy, and we were not necessarily playing ranked, but we were in Search and Destroy, and then the other team was just like, "Oh, you suck because you got a low KD. You need to get more kills. If you're just going after kills and stuff like that, go play team deathmatch instead of actually playing like the objective." So it just kind of it ruins the casual gameplay in a sense. Like
No, I agree with that for sure because I moved away from Call of Duty to Rainbow Six Siege for the like I'm like you really have to. It's weird because I use Rainbow Six Siege as I'm a casual on that. Like I know what to do and I'm there to like compete and have fun. But like again, like if I get absolutely crapped on. Like I'm taking it as in like I'm here to have fun and that was fun, which is hard sometimes. What are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. Me and Justin are just giving like baseball signals.
You said I know what to do, and I was like,
no,
Justin was
like,
you don't know what to do. No, I'm joking.
Dude,
You're
what are
pretty
you
good.
talking
You're
about?
pretty good. Yeah, you're pretty good.
All right, listen. Just because you went to PC does not mean you can.
No, I didn't. Dude, I was better than you with a controller.
We're 1v1 later, dude. I don't know
get-
how to screen capture that, but you do. We're figuring it out. I'm playing you, bro.
I can record
Tell you
it,
what,
dude.
hey, this is a good plug. All of our fans, they want to see this. Go watch it on Justin's stream channel on Twitch.
I might have to stream this.
Yeah,
so I
we're
can
gonna
stream it.
stream it, record it, all that. You're going down, dude. Outback, me and you.
Outback, you want to Outback? I'm gonna spawn peek you even worse, dude.
All right, listen. Let me get back to what I was saying. But no, like I want to play it casually, and I do, try to get progressively better and understand how to be better. Of course, I'm not in the lab or anything like that, but for me though, yes. What was I talking about? I'm so mad
You were
right
talking
now.
about that you were a casual gamer and that you knew what to do. And
Yes,
like,
all right, that's correct. I'm a casual gamer. Fuck multiplayer. Somebody else take
even though Rainbow Six Siege is a multiplayer
I'm
game.
heated right now, dude.
I don't know.
I'm
where to
getting
go
hot
from
over
here.
here, man.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can't really play like casual anymore without like even if you're just trying to play to have fun. If you play like bad or something like that, people are gonna like fry you. Like they're gonna just like say like, "Dude, are you even on this game?" And they're like want to be like pros. They want to be like good so bad, but like
that's kind of like the old Call of Duty lobbies where
Yeah, I
it's
was
just
about to
like
say.
you suck at gaming. Your mom should have aborted you.
Oh my God.
Why do you do all this other stuff? Like that's kind of how the old Call of Duty lobbies were. Some of the
yeah, they said that.
I mean, yeah,
Like-
he's not wrong.
No,
just like the Call of Duty lobbies, like from back in the day versus now, are very monetized. So I'm just that kind of took me back to what I grew up
Ladies and
on.
gentlemen, thank
Sorry.
you for having Nathan on. No, I'm just kidding.
This will be his last episode.
Last episode.
But no, this guy came out of nowhere.
It's like, oh my gosh, you're just not good at this game. I hope you never existed on this. It's like,
Well, that's literally how
Yeah,
like
that's
just
how-
people
that's what they
chime
said.
in. So
Now, I'm gonna use my same point as before. I think that like that always existed for sure. Like people just trash talking in game chat, but I think it got like gasoline on the fire when content creators started doing it because it is funny to a certain extent. Especially like my biggest example is Wildcat. He's hilarious.
Oh, yes, he is.
When he went into like game chat back in Black Ops 2 with the Vanoss crew.
Yes.
And he's just sitting there. Oh, dude. Oh, There's so many examples that I can't say without getting canceled, but it was so funny.
Speaking of like specific content creators, I did have this. One of the things that I wanted to say that I've enjoyed though recently, I feel there's more of a like I guess like genuineness of some gamers. So like for example, some of the biggest names in like content creator realm, especially in our realm because I like Siege, like Jinxie.
Yeah,
and then Sketch. You guys heard of
Sketch? Yeah.
I've heard of Sketch recently.
Come on, brother, man. I want to say he's a competitive game. He's like a variety. He's a variety streamer.
But I'm saying like his. Have you seen their setup? Like Jinxie's setup is simple. Sketch's setup is
like.
He's got the regular Dell keyboard.
Yeah, and it's so nice to see. You don't have to like spend like thousands of dollars for your setup to
That's
like
what I'm
stream,
saying. Like his setup might be cheaper than mine. They like gifted him a new PC.
He's a controller player, so he was like, "Yeah, we got this nice, insane PC, my Dell keyboard."
Fuck you up in work.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, dude!
Out back, whatever you want.
Hey, break them apart. Break them up.
I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just so mad.
Don't you have a 0.8, dude? Like, why are we even doing this?
Calling out the KD is wild.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's a good point though. Is in terms of the casual gamer, I do not care about my KD though. I'll be honest with you. I do not care.
I mean,
if we win the game, I could go 0-15. I don't care if we win the game. I'm definitely more.
That's why you need those people that have like a 1.3 KD on your team.
I'm glad you said that. I think that is the biggest difference between me and Justin and you and Nathan.
Okay,
and I think it's also
because you guys are like definitely
pretty heavy
big KD.
on our KD.
When I'm playing with more of my friends, I care a little bit about my KD than in terms of like when I just come home from work and like, oh hey, I just want to decompress kind of thing.
But Siege is one of those games where like Call of Duty, I think everybody's focused on their KD, right? I feel like I guess it is a matter of you got to pick your game, right? Because Call of Duty, I think everybody's focused on the KD. Nobody really cares if you win or lose. Like I could care less when I was playing Call of Duty if we lost that game. Yeah. But Siege, like that is what bothers me. Like I would much rather win the game and have a terrible KD than to absolutely wreck everybody and then we get 0-4.
See
that is awful. You get 0-4 and you're like a 15-2. That's no.
That's the problem between me and you. you got that, like you got the mindset where you just want to win. Yeah. I got the mindset where I want to win and do good.
Well,
Brandon,
I think that's
where you got that backpack mentality.
That's what I'm saying.
I do want to do good.
See,
but
that's why you have a 0.8 and I have a 1.3.
I'm saying if I can do what I need to do, like for example,
you sound like Matthew Dellavedova right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Like you got like LeBron's like I win because I'm the best player. You just got to have that mentality that you're the best person in the game right now.
Like, here's the thing is I don't think I'm not a good player. You apparently don't think that.
No, I'm just joking with you too.
No, he's not. Maybe an Outback.
Okay.
Not the restaurant. I was good. No, but like I do think I'm a good player. Well, let me phrase it. I think I've become a better player. As in, like, I've now kind of figured out, the gun recoil and whatnot. This is totally Siege oriented, but the fact still remains is like, if I can help my teammates and I suffer in the KD realm for that, I'm totally okay with that because I would rather win the game.
See, and this is what I'm trying to say. Like, if you got the 0.7 person on the team, you kind of need the like 1.3 person on the team to
me and you
pick up the weight of the 0.7 person.
I don't agree with that though, because here's the thing.
Like you might can heighten me the better link.
If you don't have that person, you're just going to lose the game
automatically. No, you're not.
Yes. You're going to lose.
You're not.
Brandon, when have you ever won a Siege game and everyone was negative?
Well, first of all, I don't ever like
win games.
No, I don't ever check people's like KD or anything like that. I'm not really focused on that. Apparently, you guys are. I'm focused on me.
I like when I look at a person's KD, I know who I need to worry about in the game.
Yeah. No, dude. What I'm saying is you can have a negative K. You can have a team full of like 0.5s.
Never seen it.
And I think they would win against a team of 1.0s.
No.
That's the dumbest take I've ever heard. That's the stupidest take I've ever heard.
You're actually
a team could listen, kill, and win.
Listen to my explanation though. All right. And this is exactly why competitive games have ruined the casual experience. But the thing is, for example, if I had a team of me's who are dedicated to like teamwork and winning, like that's the main objective, right? Then I feel like we're gonna win
versus a team of who?
versus a team of you.
Brandon, if
so you
there's-
only care about
Brandon,
if you got a good KD.
Brandon,
or
if
not.
there's a team
Yeah.
of me and a team of you, I'm putting music on in the background, dude. That's what I'm trying to
The
say.
music's gonna be on the background anyway.
No, I'm saying I'm turning like YouTube or music on and listening to
No, I'm
music. while
turning
playing.
sexual music on because I'm gonna be clapping them cheeks. Dude.
Oh man,
My mind's telling me no. My body.
You're getting destroyed, dude.
No,
I'm
dude,
sorry.
dude, I'm telling you. So the point, one of the main points I wanted to address, though, and we kind of talked about this last week, is the influx of these multiplayer, live service, competitive games. I definitely think they take the spotlight off the casual game, as in, I think Baldur's Gate 3 kind of stands out as an outlier with that. But again, it's like, why would you make a single player game that you can only sell once when you can make a game that you can continuously
DLC,
exactly
cosmetics.
You can continuously just cash cow that thing. You know what I mean? I think that is the biggest point why the competitive atmosphere has ruined the casual experience. But as well, I think it is up to you as a player to find the game, or at least try to find the game that matches your experience or what you want to get out of it.
And then, to cater off of like just the casual gameplay, what we grew up on, the old Assassin's Creed series, like you had the Ezio trilogy with Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and stuff like that. But then you also could relate to the Far Cry series. Far Cry series was a single player game.
Yep.
So, that was in
definitely.
total of casual gameplay for me, because I like the storyline of that game as well.
That's a great point. As in, like, have you ever played Far Cry 2?
Yes.
That's a
played
great
all
game,
Far Cry
dude.
Third
series.
one was the best one though.
The third one is good, but Far Cry 2 was like, it was so awesome for the like, you really felt like you were in that world, and the physics of the game are amazing. That's just something that's beautiful in video games. But also, I don't feel like there's a lot of like really intriguing single player stories
nowadays, because everything's more so focused to the multiplayer, the MMO, and all of that type of realm. So I feel like games, if they make them, are more rushed than anything. So like, for instance, like one of the big multiplayer games that I liked was the Battlefield series, especially Battlefield Hardline. Well, when they tried to come out with the new Battlefield and it had a ton of bugs, I actually bought the game when it was like for pre-order, and then I go in just to there be a ton of bugs, and it just was like, hey, it was a big letdown for me. So that's where like, some of that multiplayer game was like, well, that's just one player you lost kind of thing. Like, they might have ramped it up, but it had a storyline in terms of it bringing in, is where they kind of faced that into more of the multiplayer series with the latest one. So but in terms of like your casual gameplay, like you do also have like the Fallout series as well. So especially Fallout 4.
That's a
good one
great
as well.
freaking example, Nate, because Fallout 4
Dude, he's the
was
example king tonight.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
He's
Like,
hitting it. But
Fallout
then you
4
also
is
have
amazing.
Fallout 76 that also tried to cater into that multiplayer realm as well.
And they didn't do it very well, honestly.
They didn't really.
Okay, they
got
had a terrible
better.
start.
They fixed it over as time went on, but they
It's
lost.
a pretty fleshed out game now, but it's
but
too far gone.
When you have the honestly, the tried and true formula of the Fallout games, which is making, I wouldn't say like, actually, it is a very immersive game, and
especially with all of like the situations and the choices you can make.
Yeah.
That's why I loved the game, was like you could make choices and it affects your gameplay. That's the type of gameplay that I especially as a casual gamer like, because then it makes you think harder in terms of which route you want to take.
And it's so fun to be creative. And I honestly, looking back though, I feel like you can kind of see the evolution of them trying to get this like online thing. As in, when you Fallout 4, you could build bases.
Yes.
And then that was kind of like the main thing of Fallout 76 was you can build bases, and then your friends can build bases. You can like nuke your friends or nuke your enemies. And it was like, Like, why would you not just stick to the tried and true formula of just creating an immersive like world that is just so unique, and there's really nothing else like it. And it's just like more and more of like, well, now it's on, there's no NPCs. There's nobody else in this entire world except online players. And you're like,
No, there's NPCs in the game.
now there is.
Now that-
There
Yeah,
were a
initially-
decent amount when the game came out.
No,
I
when
mean,
the
it
game
was-
came out,
it's
there was
the-
no people. They were like, you might be able to talk to like a robot.
They
or
were
something.
robots.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Literal Fallout NPC survivors. It was
Yeah,
just all
yeah.
And that's like the whole
robots.
premise is
Yeah.
like you're in the post-apocalyptic world. Like, how do you forge your path with the survivors that you're, introduced to?
Here's
That's
a
a
ghoul
good idea.
that can talk. Here's a super mutant. Here's a robot dog.
Yeah,
It's like
dude.
they didn't have any people.
No, yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things where like I miss the pinnacle of story games.
You know what? I just kind of realized that kind of like contradicts our whole point,
What?
which I just do with this information what you will. Typically, I feel like the game of the year that wins every year is a single player game.
But it's kind of like one of those things where,
Think about it.
but like most of the time, like
I mean,
no-
you do see the outlier game of the
Yeah.
year was wasn't it Baldur's Gate 3 that recently just won?
No. That's what I'm saying is like every. Well, as far as I can remember, all of the game of the years are single player games, so it's like contradicting our like topic on how multiplayer games have become the new wave. Why don't we see a bunch of multiplayer games in for game of the year?
because I still feel like there is a certain like. I mean, I don't think the fan base and the market has completely flipped to that. Like again, most of the centuries prior, those games have been the game that wins game of the year is like a single player game because that's really what you kind of had to make for a long time. And the multiplayer universe really hasn't exploded onto the scene as it has in like probably last like 5, 6, 7 years probably.
Well, kind of like what's the word? We're not like multiplayer is still like becoming like big.
Yeah. So it's still in its infancy.
Yeah, it's like
I know
not.
what it is.
It ain't-
All these multiplayer nerds are too busy practicing the game to go vote for the game they want to be in the pool. Yeah.
But I'm saying like it could be also a fact of like, for example, like this is a dumb example, but this is the only one thing I can think of. Like you're going to have Parasite or The Revenant or what was another movie that what was the movie? You remember what was the movie that won
no
last
one's
year?
seen.
What's your favorite movie?
I couldn't tell you.
Well, just imagine like an Oscar-winning movie, like that are like
Oppenheimer.
Okay, Oppenheimer. That's a great example. Like, are you going to give an Oscar to Oppenheimer, or are you going to give an Oscar to like, no offense, but like a Marvel movie,
Watch your mouth.
right?
Yeah, no,
because
I
it's
know what you
like
mean.
you kind of get like it's like I don't know how to explain it other than like it's not as respected in its realm. I mean, even Martin Scorsese says, he's kind of more correct nowadays than he used to be, I think. But he says like the Marvel, like superhero movies are dumb and like not cinema. And I think he's a pretty good example of like, he's pretty well established in his realm. Imagine that, but like with video games,
Yeah, I think another good example that I've been seeing all over my TikTok, this might just be like recency bias, but The Walking Dead is like getting pretty popular again with the new Rick Grimes and Michonne show. Rick, I think, and Andrew Lincoln's been nominated for a couple Emmys for playing Rick, but like has never won anything. Mm-hmm. And like anytime I'm on TikTok, just going through the comments, everyone's like, "Dude, there's no way like Andrew Lincoln has not won something for playing this role."
Yeah.
And I think it's like your point that you're getting to is, I think because it's The Walking Dead, and it's just like, I don't know, like quote unquote not as deep as like. Say like your show True Detective that you really like, that would be like really true deep story, cinema, acting, blah blah blah.
Yep.
Which it probably is, but that just is always going to overshadow like The Walking Dead as a whole, and people like have that in their brains when they go to vote.
That's a good point.
They'll see like what Woody Harrelson is in there.
Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson, yeah.
You'll see like Matthew McConaughey or Woody Harrelson on like the voting ballot or whatever the heck it is. And then you'll see Andrew Lincoln for The Walking Dead. Why is that up there?
Yeah.
Ding, click that one.
Yeah.
I think same thing happens for probably video.
That's a
game
great
voting.
point, actually. Yeah, I mean, because like how many Oscar winners have played in superhero movies? Not very
Exactly.
many. I have won an award for their superhero movie.
What's the lady's name? Angela Bassett?
Angela Bassett and Heath Ledger, the only two.
That I can think of. And that was like
even Robert, I mean,
anomalies.
You would have thought, like, at least for one, Robert Downey Jr. might have gotten
literally
something.
built the MCU from the ground up.
From the ground up, dude. I don't even think he ever got an Oscar nod. Anyway, that's besides the point. But, I mean, I think we'll eventually start to see a gradual increase in the multiplayer games in that kind of field. I still think majority of the atmosphere is definitely more used to the single player casual games, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, there's college teams with freaking video game teams on them. You're a student athlete and you're playing video games. I mean, it's pretty awesome, dude. You know what I mean? Anyway,
just be like, yeah, I'm a D1 Bama athlete. Yeah. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude,
he's like,
you should see my 90s on Fortnite.
He's like 5'7", 130.
You imagine
like tape on the glasses.
Do you know how awesome it would be to be a freaking? I mean, I don't know what their day to day looks like, but it like how like the Bama football players get like all this gear and stuff like that. You imagine you're doing that, you're walking around, it's like video game esports team.
All their G Fuel.
I wake up at 6:30 in the morning, chug a Mountain Dew.
I mean, how do you even practice?
Warm up my wrist.
You just play video games?
Probably. Yeah, I think you just hop into like
I'm
a match,
R6,
warm up or whatever, non-competitive, and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna just flip over to ranked.
That's awesome. I would love that. Would be great.
It's like you have to like your team makes you sit in the like firing range for a certain amount of time before you like hop on.
Right, guys.
Like,
6 hours of 90s.
Just can't leave the build mode.
How would you even coach that? That's crazy.
No, you're not
surprised.
You're not building too good. I need you to reset your mind.
It's in the wrist. You're flicking the mouse.
They're watching gameplay footage. That actually like
they're like got film on the TV.
There's a pen and paper.
They got the film on there. Like you should have eaten the slurp fish here instead of here and went behind the wall.
Why didn't you have your scar? Your scar's supposed to be in the second slot, not the third.
Oh,
I was finna say.
Well, I feel like
write that down.
I feel like I can relate to the competitive gamers in terms of one game. Like I know you guys, it's 2K, but for me, it's Madden because football has always been like my sport. So it's kind of like whenever I play with my people, I try to play my ultimate team and then get the best players I can to then ultimately win the game.
That's kind of like me. I was a top my team player in North Carolina in I think 2K19, 2K20. That era of 2K was dark times.
No, this is kind of funny. We were eating lunch the other night, and Dad was talking about our podcast, Justin, and he said he thought it was hilarious on the pod. We were talking about 2K, and you said they gave me a generational run on my pockets.
He said he talked about it for 2-3 days.
He was like,
oh my God.
He was dying. He was like, "There's no way Justin spent that much money." I was like, "Dad, you don't want to know."
Yeah, I was a top player in North Carolina.
I've spent some money in Madden.
At a bad cause. Remember that, dude? I remember. You know how you have to win 100 games of clutch time to get a certain character.
Yep.
I won 101. I lost my third game to a really good person, and I went I won 95 in a row, 96 in a row. I did it all in one day too, like 12, 13 hours.
Yes, I'm not going to be as good as you in video games, Justin.
It was only 2K in my team. I used to just be sitting in parties by myself playing my team, dude.
That's great. I mean, hey, you got time.
You know what I think? Like, just a little like side note. You know what I think a great moment in our little group chat like relates to this topic?
Which group chat?
The first floor group chat we have. They're very, very sophisticated, very, just all around well thinking in that group chat. Nothing stupid ever gets said. Whenever you texted us that picture of like you going like 8-3 on Siege that one time, I mean Justin like almost instantaneous hit you with the first time. Come on, man.
I think it was like it went like
here. I got the receipts right here.
I think it was 15-3. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, let's see.
I think it was 15-3. Actually,
why didn't you go 15-0?
Probably wasn't 15. I'll be honest with you. I feel like there was a game I went 15-3 though.
I'm gonna need that proof.
I mean, I don't really need validation, so I don't take pictures most of the time.
No, I don't know how far up it is.
That's what the KD's for.
Yeah, I don't see it in here. We do have Nick sending Mortal Kombat combos though. You know you don't play that game anymore.
All right, Nick. You got your random top 3 though?
Oh, is that the end of the topic?
I think we've got a pretty good conversation so far.
I think it's pretty good. What's our time looking like?
We're about an hour and 30 minutes in, so we're making actually be great to kind of end it here.
Yeah, that's pretty good because Jaden has been KO'd for the past 30 minutes.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I mean,
we have confirmation. It was 10-3.
10-3.
10-3.
First
okay.
time?
No, but I was like, see, you know what I mean? I can do it.
Oh, so you cared about your KD, Brandon? You just contradicted
Here,
me.
I got you. I got a picture where I went 20-2. I got you. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, I mean, I probably won't ever go 20-2, bro. I'll be honest with you.
I agree.
That's a 10 KD. That's wild. I'll be honest with you. Wow, that's crazy.
First time. All right, so for my top 3 today, I'm gonna just keep it a little simple, but I'm gonna make you dig a little bit in your brain. But give me your top 3 childhood cartoon shows.
Okay.
Oh, we didn't do my intro.
Oh yeah, you do your intro.
Hang on, pause so you can editor Brandon this.
Mm-hmm.
Nick's random top 3.
Nice.
Ruben, that's your job, man.
That's your cue.
We gotta get some music.
We gotta get
and
you
then
on
I gotta
that.
get on that.
Anyway,
All right, what you got?
all right, so I'm gonna make y'all dig a little bit, dig in the brain, but kind of simple this week. Give me your top 3 childhood cartoon shows that you watched. Doesn't have to be like the best, just your favorite. It doesn't matter.
What you got, Mal?
Dragon Tales, Rugrats, I don't know what else.
You say iCarly?
No. I was thinking of it's like I think it's called like Maggie and the Ferocious Beast or something. I don't know. Like it was a big like yellow looking elephant with like spots on it. I think.
So wholesome.
Yeah.
So beautiful. What you got, Jaden?
Okay. Dora the Explorer. I was obsessed. I'm thinking like more of like stuff that I watched like before going to school. So Dora, Ben 10.
Yes.
That was so valid. Oh my.
Whoa.
Ooh, what's another one?
I don't know. This is your list.
I'm trying to think of like Disney shows that came on in the morning. I don't know. I just woke up.
Like, I really wish we had video. Jaden was like knocked on the couch for like 30 minutes. I'm surprised she didn't like start snoring out of nowhere. No, you don't. I don't think. Yeah.
What you got? What you got?
Though. So you said Dora and Ben 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ben 10 is very valid, along with Rugrats. I will say that. But my top 3 personally. So you got Codename Kids Next Door.
Good one.
Valid.
Then you got. I mean, now if we're going into the Disney like whatever
Any
realm,
cartoon, it doesn't matter.
it's not really a cartoon. It's more of like a adult show. But it was like Zoe 101.
Good. Yep.
And then my other one kind of goes back to cartoon. You got to keep it original. You got to go with the OG Teen Titans.
Yeah, that's a great one, actually.
That's a valid one. You might just snipe my list. That was up there. I think I'll say that one. Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans. And then I got Wizards of Waverly Place.
Mm-hmm.
Valid.
And then, it's between 2. I'd probably have to go Ned's The Classified School Survival Guide.
That's
That was
great.
a good
That
one.
was a
That was a
good
good
Did we
one.
say cartoons or just TV shows?
I said cartoons, but I don't really care.
That's
it
fine.
doesn't matter.
Just like childhood shows. Yeah.
Well, you like Jade remembered her third.
What's your third? What's for?
Blue's Clues.
There you. Oh.
Now, which Blue's Clues are we talking? The newer one or the OG?
Not the old guy.
All
Green
right,
striped
with
shirt, man.
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve?
Steve is
You
the.
can't remember his name?
No, I didn't really watch Blue. I mean, I did, but I was too young. I couldn't remember.
I mean, he stopped doing Blue's Clues
Yeah, I know
because he
he
had
had.
like some mental health and like some other major
he made that
life issues
episode where he
going
was
on.
like, you guys grew up with
Goodbye.
me.
And he walked out the door.
And then just some random new guys like,
All
hey,
right, Brandon, it's to you.
All right. First of all, I just looked at IMDb's list of top 100 TV show or cartoons of all time. They got some bangers I totally forgot about. But staying true to like what first came to my mind, number 3, I gotta say probably Hannah Montana, because I watched a lot of Hannah Montana growing up. I love when that show came on. I'm sorry. Number 2. Oh, this is like there's just so many that go through my head. I can't even really remember. God, if I had to like, dang. There's just so many, man. What are you laughing at, Nick?
Justin just started like scratching his goatee and looking at the ceiling. He went, pause.
I was trying to see if that was a pause moment, but I don't think it was.
A lot of stuff that just came into my head.
That's definitely a pause moment. Something else, bro. But if I had to say, I'd probably go Hannah Montana. I think I definitely watched a lot of the Teen Titans when it came on, but I'm not gonna take that one though. I'll probably say I'd probably have to say Batman Beyond for my number 2 because I was a superhero kid, and every time that one came on, I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Where he's in the black and red suit,
and I actually binged it. Yeah, where like young Terry McGinnis. Yeah,
that's fire.
I actually binge watched it as an adult, and it's even better that I did that. So
because you get references more so older than you do younger.
Well, there's just like the connected extended universe from the animated series and the Justice League series. I watched those. It was fantastic. Anyway, number 1, SpongeBob, hands down. Hands down, SpongeBob.
Dude, what?
I didn't want anyone to say it, and that's my number 1.
No, like immediately when you asked me that question,
because you grew up on it, bro. You watched it every day. On my list.
That was that was the first thing
every day.
That was the first thing that popped in my head when you said it.
Without a doubt.
Just because he says it doesn't mean you can't say it.
I know, but I kind of want to like no one to say it.
So you want to be the first one to say it. So you get the credit.
100%. I was like, come on, there's no way no one's going to say SpongeBob.
You would watch it religiously.
Did you say yours?
Religiously. I could quote like, oh my God, I have an ungodly amount of SpongeBob quotes in this brain. It's insane.
Yeah.
All right, well, now that you said my number 1, Brandon, which is my SpongeBob, watch that like religiously every day.
I mean, that's fair.
I'm gonna go like down the list now. And number 2, it kind of like I watched this when I was young, but also like starting to get a little bit older. Was Adventure Time? I really liked that cartoon show. It kind of started out goofy, and then I hate you so much. Dustin just hating all the time, bro. And then I'm gonna go back when I was really young. I don't know why this cartoon just popped in my head, but I'm gonna just throw it up there, just to throw it up there.
Alley-oop it.
I watched a lot of Max and Ruby.
Hey,
I've never heard of that.
Max and Ruby.
I'm not catching that. I'm not catching that lob.
That's an old one.
Never seen that?
That lob's not getting
Have
called.
you not seen Max and Ruby?
No, he said oop it up. He said oop it up there, and I said he said oop it up there, and I was like this.
You don't
and he
know
said
Max and
Ruby, and I said I'm not
The
dunking
bunnies?
that.
I don't know, bro.
Max and Ruby. Do you know what?
Yeah.
What's wrong with Max and Ruby? That's what I was saying. I said you said oop it up there, and I was like getting ready to dunk it, and he said Max and Ruby. I said I'm not catching that shit, dude.
Oh my God, no!
Chance,
I'm
dude.
talking about when I was
way.
super young. I was watching this.
When that shit came on, it just turned into
No, Dragon Tales I'd watch. Super Y.
Yeah, when I was like 2. I used to say.
Yo Gabba Gabba. That was funny.
Yeah, I would have respected Yo Gabba Gabba more than Max and Ruby.
Oh, all right. Here's what I'll mention. You can laugh at this one, but it's probably not a kids show. But the George Lopez show,
Better than Max and
one.
Ruby. That was fire.
My God, I love that one, dude. All right, let me. Sorry, I don't mean to like hate on your list, Nick. No, I mean it's just
you're just getting your get back from earlier.
No, that's all right. But here, let me
Bears Bears.
Unvalid.
I never watched that one really. Let me. This is the IMDb's 100 greatest cartoons of all time. Number 1 is Batman the Animated Series. I think that's pretty.
Yeah, that's fire.
That's fair. 2, Samurai Jack.
Fire.
I've never seen a single episode.
It's pretty
That's
good
a
though.
throwback.
But you know. Go ahead. Number 3.
Max and Ruby. His whooping Samurai Jack's ass.
I had one that just popped into my head mentioning that.
What you got, Nate?
Jake the Dragon.
Oh yeah,
that's fire.
what is Jake the Dragon?
What
What is Jake the
That one was a throwback.
Jake the Dragon was all.
You were missing out. I don't know what to tell you.
Avatar: The Last Airbender is number 3.
I was thinking about that one.
Total Drama.
That was fire.
Yes. Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. I like that show.
Yeah.
Justice League.
Fire.
Avengers: Earth Mightiest Heroes. I never really watched that
I didn't
one.
watch that either.
Batman Beyond's number 8.
Fire.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Fire.
It's not the drawn 2D one. It's like the 3D version.
And the 3D one where Leo looks fire. I really do like that one.
Teen Titans number 10. Ben 10 is 11. That seems counter. That just seems odd. Here's one. Generator Rex.
Oh
yeah, do you like that one?
That
was a good one.
back.
His mentor, like 6 or whatever. That was cool.
Where's Ninjago up there?
All right,
Ninjago? Oh, dude.
You guys remember Gargoyles?
Yes, I do.
14.
No idea.
Legend of Korra is actually 16.
Dude, that's false. This is invalid. Oh my god, they were doing so good.
The Spectacular Spider-Man is 18.
What about I had it in my head. What about the Kim Possible or Danny Phantom?
Haven't got there yet. I think it's up here. Fire. Here's two I really want to ask you guys about. Megas XLR. You know what that is?
I thought you said something else.
2 teenage slackers find a mecha from the future that has been lying in a New Jersey junkyard for nearly 60 years and makes modifications much to the dismay of the robot's attractive creator.
Is this on Game Time? Like, what are you reading it off to me right now?
I don't know. I remember this.
It's a show.
I remember this show.
I remember this more than you do.
It's like he's like a truck or something and turns
Sorry,
into a big
Granddad.
robot.
I don't think I watched that growing up.
It came out in 2004.
Your gray hairs are showing.
Well, this is the era of stuff that we grew up on versus them.
I watched it. I really like this one actually. Symbiotic Titan.
That was a good one.
I like that one.
Oh, I want to change mine. Actually, I'm not gonna put Teen Titans. I'm putting Lab Rats. I watched that
That's a
whole
good one.
series.
Lab Rats
I
was a
watched
good
the whole series.
Kim Possible is number 24, Nate.
Okay.
Codename Kid Next Door is 25. Danny Phantom's 26.
Fire.
Let's see. Futurama. It's a great show.
Johnny
Good show.
Test.
Let's see. Let's see if there's any more like standouts.
Kick Batowski.
Yeah.
Dude,
You ever seen the Boondocks?
No. Stop the stream. Stop the stream. We're done. All right, guys. This was an excellent podcast. I'd like to say on behalf of me, my host, and calls and guests that we'll see you next time.
All right, we'll see you next time.
No, we're ending.
You want to end it for real?
Yeah, I mean,
We're ending it there.
yeah, I think that's crazy. Do you just have to end it?
Like, all right.
I hope everyone knows Brandon's like finger was on the end button. That actually could have been the end.
Yeah, dude.
No, you said you ever seen
thought
the
that'd be funny.
Boondocks, and all of y'all looked at me. That was crazy.
And why is that, Justin?
You know why?
Why?
You know, you looked at me. I was just sitting there, and you said you seen the Boondocks.
It was like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I look dead in your eyes.
Yeah, I know you did. I saw you, dude. What? He said, I'm not gonna lie, I caught you, dude. Like, what?
Oh, dude, that's such a such
Justin,
a funny
can
show.
you clarify for all of our viewers why we looked at you?
You know why?
What's his name?
Go look at the last couple episodes.
Uncle Ruckus?
Is it Uncle Ruckus?
Well.
All right, Rick and Morty's 47. I'm not going to count that for like childhood cartoons because I watched that as an adult, but I love Rick and Morty. One of my favorite TV shows of all time. Robot Chicken's up here. Family Guy.
I remember watching Mad?
Here's one.
Mad was a good one.
That was like underage Robot Chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force. No?
Nope.
Nobody? All right, never mind.
All right.
Moving on.
Another one of your grandpa shows.
Pinky and the Brain.
Yep.
The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
I got one for you if it's not up there.
What you got?
Hot Wheels Battle Force 5.
I haven't seen it yet.
That was a good one.
That's a good one. I think it's good.
That's an old one.
Here's one. Jackie Chan Adventures. You ever seen that one?
That was a good
It's a
one.
great show. Dexter's Laboratory. Johnny
There
Bravo.
you go, Dexter's Laboratory.
Courage
that
the
the
Coward.
90s?
Courage the Coward Little Dog.
That's getting a horror game. A horror game for Courage the Cowardly Dog's coming out. Yeah.
Courage the Cowardly Dog's getting a horror
Yeah,
game?
it comes out,
Yeah.
I think, in a couple months. It comes out in like 2 or 3 months.
Oh, no.
It's on PlayStation. It's on PlayStation. You can play it.
The Powerpuff
I'm
Girls. Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
I'm still thinking about Courage just
You got,
saying voice lines.
what's that one with the robot girl?
My Teenage Life is a Running.
Yeah, My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
It's a
That's
good
up here,
one.
actually.
About Courage just be like, Mabel, where are
That was
you?
Muriel.
Oh, Muriel.
Muriel. American Dragon Jake Long. There you go.
Yep.
That's- My Life as a Teenage Robot. Let's see here.
Jake.
Clone High. If you guys have never seen that, it's got one of the hardest intros ever. Love that. The first season is hilarious. They have like 2 other seasons.
Didn't a new
after
season
that.
just come out recently?
Yes. It's not as good.
I was finna say, I heard it was like trash.
The first season of the new edition of it is actually okay. The second season seems like it's a little bit of a grind. The original, the MTV Clone High is god tier, dude. Fairly Odd Parents, The Looney Tunes Show, The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius. And number 100 is Daria. Never heard of that show.
I've never heard of that one.
Dude, what a great trip down memory lane. That was a fantastic pod.
I'm gonna. I gotta come clean, guys. This won't my topic. Jaden definitely gave me this topic before we started the podcast. So Jaden, thank you.
Good job, Jaden.
For like probably one of our best top
All right,
threes
my
so
brother.
far.
I want you to hand that off there.
Hand it off to her. Yeah. So we're getting a new host and we're getting a new co-host.
Dang,
all
I'm
together.
the only original
lasting
cast.
member. Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy, man. It's just, it happens like that, you know? You gotta keep up with the times.
It's just the name of the business,
So,
name of the game.
Next
Don't hit the player, hit
podcast.
the game.
Next podcast, I'm gonna get you better at Siege, man. I'm
dedicated to live streaming 1v1 for sure.
I'm gonna learn some tactics for you. Have you ever heard the sleeping with the enemy tactic?
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
I'm
I've
gonna
heard
have
of
to
that.
let you know.
You heard about the dragon twin tactic?
I don't need it.
All right. Well,
Not to beat you, at least.
all right. We're gonna do it. All right. All right, guys. I think that's pretty much it for
Justin, I
today.
think you use Twitch Iron Sight and beat him.
Ooh.
I'll use Ironside and whoop his butt. Anyway, we're going to get out of here, though. We really appreciate you listening to this episode. Of course, we appreciate Nate for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Round of applause. Really
Thank you
great
for having
points,
me.
dude. Honestly, you had some
He
great
was
like
nailing the
reminders of
examples.
things, dude. I mean, some of the things you brought up, I'm like, I haven't heard of that in forever. I'm so glad you brought it up, to be honest with you.
I mean, you got to have me back more often.
Definitely not.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Hey.
All right, well, that's all we got for you today, the First Floor Podcast. I'm Brandon with Nick, Justin, and Nathan, of course. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, comment, and if you don't mind subscribing, we really enjoy that. Thank you so much to our subscribers currently. And you got something for Nate?
For the like, subscribe, and make sure to turn on notifications. You got to hit that bell. So that's a good one.
Perfect.
You should have told them to make sure they slap their mama for you.
All right, you heard the man. We're going to get out of here with that one. All right, y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Later.
We're not ready.
Well, we're ready, dude. Chill out. All right. Quiet on set. All right, looks like everything's good. All right, so we're gonna do intro. Who wants to do the intro this time?
I mean, I'll do it as a guest speaker, but what's the main intro? I've not listened to the podcast.
I'm not
Let me
listening
bust
to a
onto
fucking
the scene.
second of your podcast.
I've
Let
not
me do
listened
the
to any
intro.
of the podcasts that work.
Also, if you're the guest, we normally
can't do the-
introduce you.
Hey guys, what's going on? We're back with the First Floor Podcast.
You're like, who the
My podcast.
It's like, who the fuck
is this guy? Sorry. Okay.
I'm just taking over.
All right. I'll just get into it. All right.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the First Floor.
Yes, Mallory. He has not moved in
Welcome back, guys.
50 minutes.
This is the First Floor Podcast.
Hey, Justin.
What, dude?
What's up?
What do you want?
All right. Everybody ready? Okay.
Get off your damn phone.
I'm
son.
getting the jingle ready, you mother.
No, dude.
Why?
Start the podcast. Let's go.
Okay, everybody ready?
Yes, sir.
Quiet on set. We're fucking end this now. All right.